Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm Herbalist Leo. I help people who feel sick and tired of being sick and tired grow their health from the roots up. Today, I'm speaking about seasonal affective disorder or winter blues or winter gloom, a condition that is very common where I live in the Northeast. Many of my friends and people that I know tend to feel a little down or depressed during the winter. So let's dive just in. So last month, I was talking about the circadian cycle, the daily cycle of sunlight and darkness, day and night, and how it affects sleep, mental function like focus and memory, metabolism, reproductive hormones, and mood. Sunlight and darkness fluctuate not only in the daily circadian rhythm, but also in the yearly seasonal cycle. The farthest away you live from the equinox, the more dramatic the changes in light and darkness throughout the year are. The seasonal changes in light patterns affect not just the number of light hours throughout the day in different seasons, but also the quality of that light or the angle of the sun to the earth, resulting in different wavelengths in each season. As we saw last month, the hour that the sun is high in the skies, which mean plenty of light, are when cortisol levels, metabolic rate, and glucose metabolism are higher. On the other hand, when the light dims in the evening, all life processes like digestion, elimination, detox, body temperature, heart rate, reproductive function, all of that slows down. This explains why, when the days are shorter in the winter, all life forces are more sluggish. You feel it. Your digestion is sluggish, your mind is sluggish, you feel sleepy, you'll have less energy, and you have mood disorders. For many of us, it's manifest as the winter gloom. So when we talk about winter gloom, we need to consider also vitamin D deficiency. It is an important factor. We know that vitamin D plays a vital role in regulating mood. For example, vitamin B regulate serotonin production and increase the sensitivity of serotonin receptors, which means that the receptors are more receptive, are more welcoming to serotonin. Um, they let more serotonin bind to them. Balanced serotonin levels are associated with positive mindset or feel good mood. Lower serotonin levels are associated with depression. At the same time, vitamin D manages dopamine, the neurotransmitter that elicits the sensation of pleasure and joy from food, from art, from nature, from fun activity. You know the feeling of dopamine in your head and how it's like give you this joy. Vitamin D support both dopamine synthesis and again regulate those receptors to dopamine. Also, vitamin help enhance nutrient availability in the brain. So it helps the brain keep nourished, keep vital. By doing that, it reduces inflammation and it reduces oxidative stress and it increases neurons growth and repair. So overall, your brain vitality and well-being is increased. Now, in order to synthesize vitamin D, we need direct skin exposure to UVB sunlight rate. The angle of the sunlight to the earth is important. It needs to be above 50 degrees, which is typical of midday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the summer. If you live above latitude 37, either north or south, your exposure to UVB sunlight is limited to the months between April to September. Well, April to September is actually if you live north. The opposite months are for if you live south, which means that between October and March, you hardly synthesize vitamin D. Moreover, during the winter, we all tend to bundle up. So you wear a coat and you wear gloves and you wear a hat and you have scarves around you. And there is really a limited amount of skin that is exposed to sunlight and can synthesize the vitamin D from that sunlight, can absorb that sunlight. Optimal vitamin D levels are 50 to 60 nanograms per milliliter of serum of blood. Vitamin D deficiency is common in people above latitude 37. Excuse me. The overall effect of less daylight combined with less vitamin D leads to the symptoms that we name as seasonal affective disorders. Those symptoms tend to return and then improve at about the same time every year. So you will tend to get those symptoms as we have less light during the fall, between November and December, and more into January. January is really the kind of the point where most people get the real affective disorder, because it's kind of a symptom that it results from the winter solstice, from December, from the shorter day of the year. So we see those symptoms, and then you will start coming back into the sun in your heart in the spring. So if it happens every year during the winter, then what you are struggling with is seasonal affective disorder. The symptoms reflect the slowing down of life's processes, the sluggishness, and the shortest days. So you will see that basically those are symptoms of sluggishness in all parts of the body, in all bodily systems. So what you see is increased need to sleep and daytime drowsiness, loss of interest in activities that you once enjoyed, social withdrawal, increased sensitivity to rejection. So it's cold outside and people don't feel like going out and engaging with other people. They just want to snuggle in and be left alone. Grouchiness and anxiety, feeling guilt and hopelessness, excessive fatigue, decreased sex drive, decreased ability to focus, and increase in appetite, especially for sweets and carbohydrates, weight gain, physical problems such as headache, migraines tend to happen with affective seasonal disorder. So we're talking really about sluggishness, slowing down in all life processes. What can you do about it? If you're aware that winter always makes you feel doom and gloom, you want to be proactive and start practicing preventative care in September, when the days begin to shorten. By very intentional and very consistent, take care of yourself in a way that support a better balance. So how you do that? You need sun exposure. I know the days are shorter and not all of them are sunny, but even on a gray day, some kinds of light is coming to the earth from the sun through the clouds. So exposing yourself to sun, especially early in the morning. So when you get up, right after you get up, if you can go out to 15 minutes to half an hour and be out in the sun, walk the dog, walk yourself, whatever you do, just spend time outdoors in the sun. It will regulate your circadian rhythm. And that's important to keep regulating all those inner clocks. Movement. Movement are so important because they help stimulate blood flow to all the cells. And when you stimulate blood flow, you stimulate the cells getting the nutrients and the oxygen they need in order to produce energy. If you don't move, if you live sedentary life in the winter, it means that your blood is not moving enough and your cells are malnourished. They have a hard time producing energy, which result in you feeling fatigued and sluggish. The other thing that movement does is move the lymph. Your lymph vessel lives between muscles, and what moves them is the contraction and relaxation of muscles. Lymphs take garbage, toxin, waste product from cell and eliminate them from the body. When you move, you help do that. In the winter, if you don't move and you again become a potato couch or a couch potato, whatever, this toxicity weigh heavy on your body. You don't let go of those toxins, and it's become heavy. It becomes something your body need to carry. You want to create a routine of sleep, routine of meal, routine of day. You don't want it to be rigid. We always have some kind of flexibility, but we want this flexibility in a context of some kind of form, because form help your body anticipate your need and being there for you to fulfill those needs. It will help your body create a rhythmic style of day that will align with the circadian rhythm. You want to make time for rest and sleep. Respecting your body's need to rest more in the winter can ease anxiety, guilt, and shame. And those feelings take a lot of energy from you, energy that you really don't have in the winter. So just rest. And don't spend energy about resting. 8 to 9 hours of sleep in winter support winter wellness. They are essential. I can't say enough about 8 to 9 hours of sleep in winter, 8 hours year-round, how essential it is for well-being. So sleep. If you tend to sleep beyond 9 hours at night, you might be depressed. Or you might develop depression because you sleep too much. So make sure to really have this 8 to 9 hours and more, not more than that. And if you feel like it's going to more than that, then you need more support for depression. Engage in community. I know we all just want to bundle on the sofa with a book and a cup of tea. But being stuck at home because it is cold outside can add to your feeling isolated and lonely, especially if you are depressed. Go out with friends and engage in activities you enjoy. Fake it until you make it. Now, I speak about connection to nature not in the hippie way, but instead in scientific terms. UVB wavelengths initiate many of our body's life processes, including our mood. Winter is the darkest time of the year, when our minds are called to slow down and reflect. Respecting your body's need to slow down without shame or guilt is important for your mental well-being. That doesn't mean fully surrendering to the forces of darkness. But instead, you need to find a silver lining that allow you to emerge to the spring with new insight and energy. Well, I hope you find this beneficial, helpful. I would love to hear back from you what you thought about it. If you have any question, leave them in the comment. I will get back to you. That was the last video. in this month's topic, winter, how to support your body and mind during the winter. Thank you for taking the time to listen to it. And I see you next month with a new topic. Bye.